Buddy, and welcome back. I'm Brent O'Leary.
I'm Hammer Trinidad.
And we're set to bring you guys the last half of round 2 action. This is where the tournament gets really fun as we get to find out who's going to the championship game tomorrow. We got our 2 semifinal games. First up is Kearney versus Parkhill. Both teams got good round 1 wins. Kearney beat St. Joe Central, and then Parkhill beat Northeast. We got a great game ahead. And
Yes,
yeah.
That's right, Brent. Yeah, it's been just a great week so far, and especially with the cold weather outside, it's just kind of a good night to get comfortable, get really warm, and just kind of watch some great basketball. And we'd like to thank you for joining us on our live stream. And as he said earlier, it's going to be Parkhill versus Kearney, which is just a really great matchup, actually.
And the hosts of the tournament, Liberty North, who are 2-0 to start the season, who had a first-round bye, will be playing Ray Peck in our second game later on tonight, so stay tuned as we get to find out the second half of the final matchup tomorrow.
Yes, but speaking of this game, one of the players to watch for tonight is Cecile Lee, who scored 13 points last night. He plays for Parkhill right now. He's actually just one of those very dynamic players.
Yeah, and on the Kearney side, make sure to watch out for Jake Hoffman, who had 20 points in Tuesday's contest, and Gavin Frizzell, who had 10 as well. But the whole team ended up contributing, however, as they pulled away in a close game, 45-30 in the last 5 minutes. So it was really close. They were in it, and then they pulled away at the end, which is really good.
Oh yeah, no, that was a nail biter to say the least. So
yeah, and
hopefully we're gonna see some good basketball tonight. I really think we're gonna.
Yeah, and against a Kearney team that's always really good in a tough fight, Parkhill's gonna have to find a way to stay in this game and then pull away like they did in that last game. And as you see there, Cecil Lee was the player of the game for Parkhill last week, or earlier on Tuesday. He scored 13 points. 75% free throw shooter, which is clutch. You have to make your free throws if you're going to want to make a win in this tournament.
Oh yes, for sure. And as you can know, because both the scores they both had a pretty sizable lead against the other team. Nothing too crazy, probably just about 15, 20 points each. But now you know, these are both some powerhouses. They're both going to head to head. It's just going to be a really good matchup.
And one of the interesting aspects of this tournament so far is that all the men's games have not been really high scoring. They've been lots of turnovers, great defense. Defense has been the key in this tournament for every team so far. So yes, I'm personally looking for an offensive group to just really explode out of the gate and just start scoring. I love those types of games. Hopefully we can see one of those here in the semifinals.
Personally, yes. I also think I'm really looking forward to seeing Parkhill's ball movement because I feel like they really do have that. They're not just relying on one player, although he did have a pretty sizable lead in points compared to the others. But they really kind of get it out there. They really mix it up. They're not afraid to just stick with one thing.
As you see, Kearney's starting 5 is ready to go to start this game. And I agree with you. Parkhill is going to have to get Cecil open for those wide open threes, and then they're going to have to make the free throws against this tough Kearney team.
Yes, but one of their key aspects is to shut down Hoffman because obviously 20 points is nothing to overlook. Even if it was just a fluke, which personally I don't believe it is, he's definitely going to be one of their key players tonight.
We are all set to go. This is the first semifinal game of the 2017 Liberty North Invitational is about to begin.
Who's jumping?
And the jump ball is in favor of Parkhill. We are underway here. This point guard number 42 brings it up. Pass to 22, back up to the top of the key. Kind of thinks about shooting there, but doesn't.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they really got to focus on that ball movement. Right now, they're not doing too much. They're just kind of.
As he almost gives it away, and they're going to call a jump ball early.
Oh, wow. He's on the ground. Get back up.
It's going to be Kearney basketball. That's a good defensive drive to start off the game. Like I said, it's been a heavily defensive contest. So let's see if Kearney can have that exploding offense like I predicted.
Yeah, and as you know, one of the things Kearney loves to do is they kind of like to set the tone early. They're always an aggressive team no matter what sport it is. They kind of like to just put it out there, try to bully the other team to just not trying.
All right, Parkhill got the ball right back, and it's going to go in there. And the first points of the game are for number 22.
Straight up the line, straight to the basket, something clean. That's what you want to see every time.
Basket by number 22, Smith, who only had 7 points last game, so that's a good start for him. You see a replay right there. Really good, just destroying right through the defense and getting it right away. But Kearney has that for their open 3, and off the rim and rebounded by Parkhill. They're going to bring it back up as he dished it off back to the point guard. Moving the ball around, but a 3 attempt from number 34, and it drains it.
Very clean, just a straight dagger right there.
That was beautiful as Parkhill jumps out to a 5-0 lead very quickly into the second half, into the first quarter, as you see the first points of the game by number 22 right there, the point guard. And then you see the 3 that just happened, nothing but net. Beautiful mistake by Kearney for leaving him wide open at the top of the key. That's a shot he should make every time, and I'm glad that he did. Got a foul called. It's going to be number 3 going to the line.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they really do need to focus on these free throws because might not seem much, 1 or 2 points, but we know, especially because they're both very aggressive teams, that it's just going to keep happening over and over again. And it could really just push the lead.
First one is up, and it is good. It's Gage Wilson shooting these free throws, 1 for 1 on the night now. His second one is up.
And 2 for 2. And those are Kearney's first points of the night. Quick, easy free throws.
And just like that, it's back to a 1-possession game. Parkhill brings it back up to the top of the key. Gonna try to move it around.
As you can see, they're getting it outside, trying to get some guys open. They're kind of going around the horn just a little bit. Quick pass to the inside. And thrown up by 34. Missed. Trying to get it deep 2.
Rebounded by Kearney. Great offensive rebound, but it's batted away by number 23, Briggs. He's bringing it back up. He's going to try to get some points on for his team. Fools him right to the lane, and blocked by Kearney. That's great defense right there, as they're going to slowly slow it down and try to run their offense when they get back over.
Here you go, see Kearney, setting up, taking a breather really quick, trying to get a good way to go, trying to get some momentum. And Kearney going for the shot, but not making it. Ooh.
A 3 attempt is no good. It's rebounded by number 10, Brady Monks. He's going to bring it back up.
There was just some great misdirection, getting the guy open, getting him open shot. It didn't happen to fall this time, but that was still a great play.
Jake Hewitt brings it back up, and they dish it back off to Jake. Moving the ball now. A pick by number 10, Brady Monks. Back to Monks. Thinks about shooting, but back to Brady. Over to 3, Connor Ritz.
See, they're just going back and forth right here, Brent. They're not really doing much. They're just kind of, get a read from the defense, but personally I don't think it's working.
And a wide open shot there to dish it down to his post, but he missed. So it's going to be Parkhill's ball.
See, it's those fundamentals you got to really focus on because that was just a great play right there once they finally got it inside, got a lane open. But like you said, just a missed pass, something simple like that.
Chad Jones, head coach of Parkhill, got to be happy right now with that because Kearney was setting up their offense, moving the ball around, but ended up just wasting time because the Parkhill will hopefully capitalize on that mistake.
Completely agree. And yeah, now you see Parkhill South taking it slower, trying to get a good shot. Oh, can't see what's going on at all. 34. And yeah, great shot by 34 right there. Cecil Lee, as you can see, he's still a dynamic player just as he was last game.
Drive to the paint has to be dished off, and a shot, and it's good by number 5, Gavin Frizzell. That's his first points of the game. He was also one of the players I told you to watch out for. Expect him to be a big impact player as his first points of the game are big, keeping it a 1-possession game. And the ball goes out, and it's Kearney basketball already. You get another shot of Gavin's shot there. But mishap on the throw-in, and he gets a couple of quick points.
No, actually, no points right there. I'm not. Oh, yes, yeah, they put it on the board, actually. See, ball went out of bounds. They're going to get a quick setup. Should be Parkhill's ball. And we have a sub right now, number 22 coming in. 22, Khalid Smith coming in.
They see Kirk Stegman there leading Kearney to a tie game right now, which is really good as both teams have come out seemingly on fire, but then kind of been halted. Both made some defensive mistakes right there as we are back in play now. As Parkhill gets the rebound, tosses it off to number 3, Ryan Graves. Whipping it around, trying to make the ball go to the post, but Cecil Lee, great job getting the ball through all that confusion and making the basket. You see again there, great job by Cecil Lee.
Sicily, and they just cannot seem to stop him right now. He's just coming out strong, just going straight up the lane. They just can't stop him.
Parkhill ball as they have worked up a 4-point lead. Is thrown by to Cecil, and another 2 points for Cecil, making it 11-5. Cecil, great start to this game. It's 3 minutes, closing in on 3 minutes left in this first quarter.
Yes, Parkhill on a 4-0 run right now. Kearney's not really seeming to give a response just yet.
Looks like Cecil got called for a foul, and coach is not happy about it.
Yes, but as you can see, I mean, big-time player is going to make big-time plays, but he's also going to be very aggressive, and it could lead to a lot of fouls, which might put him in some trouble in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he didn't foul out last game, but that's definitely a possibility in this game in the semis.
Yes, especially this early on.
Gavin Frizzell tosses it to number 1. Freshman Dylan Ritz. Back out to Hewitt. Back to Ritz. Goes for the 3. No good, off the top of the rim. Cecil rebounds, tosses back to number 1, D. Powell.
So, Kearney had some open space right there. They were double-teaming one guy, but they just could not seem to get it to him. He had an open lane. They didn't throw it to him.
Cecil at the ball, back at the top of the key, dishes it off to Deal. And bounces off the rim, and Kearney gets the rebound. Hewitt bringing the ball back up for Kearney. Going to set up the offense. He's going over to dish it off to Ritz. Really cool for Ritz playing varsity as a freshman is the shot goes up for 3 and air ball. So it's going to be Parkhill ball. Big mistake by Kearney there.
See, Kearney's just getting a little scared right now. They're just taking bad shots, not making great passes. They really just need to focus on the fundamentals again.
As number 3, Ryan Graves subs out for Parkhill. It's going to be a timeout now called.
Did I bring a water in here?
One of our tonight's sponsors, huge thank you to Eagle Club, youth sponsor. That's the PTA here at North. Huge thanks to them for all that they do. Eagle Club, thank you.
Now back to the game. Yeah, Kearney's keys to winning the victory tonight are they really got to win the paint, and they haven't been doing that a lot. They've had some looks, just a few, not enough to really get anything rolling in attacking offensively.
And something that goes into that, you have to win the paint because Cecil Lee, who you saw already has a dunk and multiple points in this game. You want to force him out of the paint where he's most comfortable. You got to force him to make those outside shots. He's already made a 3 tonight, but you'd much rather him take that 3 than that layup.
Yeah, Cecil Lee, he's just kind of toying with him at this point. He's really not taking him seriously. He's going in there very aggressively, which is what Kearney should be doing. But he's just making some good looks and getting some easy points off of it.
As you see, Tyson Cathy and the rest of the seniors for Liberty North getting set for their game tonight, their semifinal game. They got a first-round bye. They have not played since last week. They're 2-0 to start the season, and hopefully it'll be a good game later on tonight. It's going to be Kearney ball on the inbound. Number 33, Coley Blotchett, throws it in. Hewitt has the ball, going to bring it back up. Gets it off, dishes it off, back to Bludgett. Over for Ritz, fakes the 3, pump fakes, back to Hewitt. Thinks about 3, drives into the lane. But it's going to be a travel called on Hewitt, so a big mistake for Kearney. Another turnover on their fault.
Yeah, Parkhill they were just really getting in their faces during that play. They were kind of making a mess up. They were making quick passes, but Parkhill was there every time just like that, which is really, that's what's been throwing Kearney off their game this whole time.
We apologize for that, but it appears Kearney has stolen the ball and bringing it back up as Gavin Frizzell brings it up. And it seemingly throws it out of bounds.
He's obviously not very happy with himself, very frustrated. Obviously, he's just they're making dumb mistakes right now. It's going to be killing them, especially if they keep this going.
It appears Dylan Ritz was the one that had the miscommunication with Frizzell. Hopefully they can shake that off and bring it down and stop that defense.
Here we see again Cecil in the paint, just trying to get some good looks. Not really open, but
open 3. Is Nick Zeal for the 3. Beautiful shot
right there.
A lot of height on this Parkhill team compared to Kearney team.
Yeah, there's been a lot of disruption on the Kearney side. Parkhill South's doing a great job at moving that ball, getting it out there, kind of setting up some picks.
Gavin Frizzell missed on the shot with Cecil Lee rebounding. Gavin Frizzell almost fouled right there, but kind of backed off, got just in time. A throw into the paint and
probably
blocked.
Not the best pass right there. Double covered, if not almost triple once he got the ball. But went out of bounds, Kearney's ball.
Hewitt and Monk's talking it over. Monk's going to toss it into Hewitt. As it appears, Parkhill's going to start a full court press now, first time in the game.
This is a very intense game right now. Parkhill does not seem to be wanting backing down. Like every play style they played today is very aggressive. And you see, it kind of bit them right there because that left Hewitt right open.
And Frizzell misses on the three, and Parkhill has the ball again.
Frizzell.
Gavin Frizzell, very talented player. His twin sister, Taylor, is a huge standout player for the girls' side, and the girls' side will be playing tomorrow in the championship as well.
Athletic family.
Parkhill moving the ball around, trying to make Kearney work, and this is a good strategy at this point. They know they have a multiple possession lead, so they want to keep that as we pose in 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Cecil Lee with the ball, going to try to do it, but bobbles it, and it's going to be Kearney ball, so they'll have a chance. Never mind, as the first quarter is now over.
All right, yeah, as we can see, Cecil Lee, he's been a very dynamic player so far.
And a beautiful shot three that we saw earlier from number 21, Nick Zeal, wide open. That was a mistake by Kearney.
And, even though he only scored 13 points compared to Hoffman's 20, he's obviously probably one of the players of the game so far. He's been making some very great looks.
Now it's the end of the first quarter as Gavin Frizzell went up for the first shot. But Parkhill is up by 9 to end the first. Again, low scoring because really intensity and it's really focused on defense as we've seen in all these games.
Yeah, and I mean, after the second part of that first quarter right there, I think Parkhill's the only one who scored. They went on a good 7-0 run, so Kearney needs to step up if they want to stay in this game.
And tonight's broadcast is in partnership with Niles Media Group. Niles Media Group, a huge part of all that we do here at KNET and North Nation Media. We'd like to thank Niles Media Group for all that they do.
Them, yes. Yeah, Niles, they've honestly been a very big part of this, especially even like in the show and stuff. Not just.
We want to thank you all for watching this live stream as we have this game should be very intense. Hopefully Kearney can get back in it, and so Parkhill won't keep pulling away, make it a little more interesting. And I'm really excited for Liberty North versus Ray Peck.
Oh, that's going to be a very good game, and probably one of the players for North to watch out for is Robbie Hansen. As we saw in the very first game, he got, I believe, 24, 25 points, and on their trip down to Columbia, he was the MVP for the game. He's also known as Big Shot Bob.
And on the Ray Peck side, Wes McCullough had over 20 points. He's 6'8" and is a huge threat, not only in the paint, but he nailed lots of threes. There was 6 threes from Ray Peck, and he had 5 of them. Yes. So as we are underway again in the second quarter, number 24, Hale, brings it up for Parkhill.
As you can see, they took Cecile out right now, so he must be just taking a break, getting him ready.
Yeah, as shot goes up and a wild miss. Great D by Kearney. Yeah, I'm not too worried about him taking him out right now because as Kearney inbounds it, back to Gavin Frizzell. Covering it up, going to slow down. I don't mind this pace by Kearney, but they're going to have to eventually speed it up if they want to get back in this game or start making points and stop the turnovers.
Well, Kearney really needs to do some misdirection right now because obviously Parkhill's staying right on them. They're playing man defense, and they're doing a pretty good job at it right now. Kearney can't seem to get around it, but they need to do something. Maybe try to get open lane, ISO.
Gavin Frizzell kind of taking it for himself, and the mistake cost him, but great D by Kearney. And Gavin Frizzell, a lot of stuff going on right there, but it looks like there's going to be a foul on number 22.
Yes, and that's just some great play to see right there because obviously he wasn't quitting, and now he's getting some free throws off of it. Just quick, easy points.
First free throw is up, and no good.
Miss.
It's number 10, Graham Stanger. Excuse me, number 10, Brady Monks. Monks' second shot is good, nothing but net. So at least they get one more point back, but it was really needed that they needed to get those other two.
First point in the quarter goes to Kearney, but still not too close to Parkhill South right now, or just Parkhill, sorry.
Parkhill trying to move the balls, and a great D by there. Good tip away from Gavin Frizzell, but it's still going to stay here on this side of the court for Parkhill. It's going to be College Smith bringing it back in. Dished out to 21. Zeal, who had a big three in the first quarter. Back out to number 33, big man. Mitch back.
Parkhill's just going in and out again, trying to get it set up. They don't see any looks, which is very smart play by them.
But the rebound's going to be by Zeal. Back out to Frizzell. He's trying to make something happen, but goes in for himself, and no good.
Just bounces off the rim.
I like the aggressiveness right there, but when you're down, I think it's best to run your offense the way your coach wants it, unless he wanted him to do that, which I doubt that he did. Parkhill driving into the paint.
There quick and nice easy shot in the paint. Great job right there by number 33.
Mitch back made those points right there. Kearney has to win the paint. We just talked about this, and that was not good D at all. Parkhill is a very tall team and has that height advantage. But Gavin Frizzell almost throws it away, and there's going to be a jump ball now.
A little bit of a scuffle.
As you see there, Mitch back in the paint, overhiding him, and that's easy money right there. They can do that all day. Kearney has to stop that, separate themselves between the paint. And it's good points right there for number 3, Ryan Kaiser, who's a junior. Good point right there, and it forces Kearney to take a timeout.
Yeah, great job by them. Even with Seal Lee out right now, they still seem to be doing pretty good. They have a advantage right now in the second half. It's 4-1 right now. The only point that Kearney has is a free throw, so not looking good for them right now.
You see there with the Apple AirPods in him, that's Wes McCullough, a huge impact player. Expect him, Tyson Cathy, to have a really important one-on-one matchup in the paint later on tonight.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a big weapon to look out for because someone as tall as him who has the skill of it like he has is a very powerful weapon, either in the paint or outside.
And we'd like to thank Crowley Furniture for being a very, very awesome contributor to our set. They have furnished our set, and they are great. Been awesome serving the Liberty metro area for years now. We appreciate everything that they do for the Liberty community. And then tonight at 8:30, right after this game, we will be seeing Ray Peck versus Liberty North. The winner of Ray Peck and Liberty North will be playing the winner of this game, Parkhill and Kearney, in the championship tomorrow at 8:30.
Yeah, and Liberty North coming off that bye this week, so hopefully it's going to be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to it. And as we see Hewitt bringing it down again.
He's going to dish it off back to Hewitt from Frizzell. Over to...
And out of bounds.
Decker Hansen was the intended receiver on that play. But the pass was no good, but it seemed to be tipped out by Cecil. Kearney gets the ball back. Frizzell to Hewitt, back to Frizzell.
And
to Monks.
Shot. And bounced off the rim, no good.
Monks has made a 3 tonight, but he's been 0 for the last 3 that he has shot. So that's not what he wants. Obviously, if he made those 3, it'd be a very different score right now.
Yes, Kearney is getting some good looks right there. I mean, he was pretty open, but really I think they need to focus on that in the paint game because they really have not been doing that. And
there was a good double team right there on Cecil that kept him out of the paint. That's what Kearney wants to do.
Cecil obviously calling for the ball right now, believes he can go up on it, but they're passing it out. And 21 trying to get it to Cecil Lee, and he dishes it off and made.
Number 22, Drew Townsend.
Great shot there. Cecil Lee saw he didn't have the shot, passed it out. They're able to get some more points on him.
See here, Cecil having the trouble. Good D on Cecil there. That's what they were trying to do. They want to get that off Cecil, but he dished it off right to Townsend, and he put it right back up.
And Parkhill has the ball again, even after a quick Kearney possession.
Back to Townsend for the paint, jump shot, and the shot is good, but it's not going to count, as they said there was a foul on the floor.
Yeah. As you can see, they got that aggressive defense as always. Parkhill High School on the passing.
Number 22, Drew Townsend, didn't know what to do there for a second, as this should back out to number 3, Ryan Kaiser.
Is it not working? I'll press it. Yeah.
Frizzell. Kind of a half attempted press there, just 1-on-2. Just adding a little pressure in that, honestly.
Hewitt taking it in, going straight up the middle, and with the missed shot.
Good D by Parkhill. But it seems like it's still going to stay home and be Kearney's ball.
And again, no, I've been saying this all night, but Kearney is just not getting in there on offense. They're kind of taking it too conservatively right now. They really just need to take a few risks, hopefully get a few points.
That's a good block there by Townsend, just sticking his hand up right there, right behind him.
And now it's Parkhill's ball. They're going to be taking it up.
Parkhill has worked up an 11-point lead now.
Pretty sizable as we're coming to close the second half in just a little bit.
Parkhill trying to move the ball into Cecil, but it's going to be Decker Hansen with the steal. Passes it off to Hewitt, who's going to try to go up there and run the offense, see if they can get some quick points. That's a great momentum shifter if they can get some points right here.
Hewitt again, as you can see, he's trying to take control of this game right now, trying to just get some good looks, but obviously it's a little hard right now because Parkhill's man-to-man defense seems to be working very well.
Monk set a pick, and Hewitt was going in there, but gets swatted away by number 12, Ryan Graves. That was a great play right there.
On the play, Frizzell going up for 3 points.
An attempted swat, but he still got fouled by the other man, which would be number 33, Mitch Back. Makes his first one to make it a 10-point game. Frizzell 100% with his free throws tonight, and I spoke too soon. As he misses that one, it's going to be Parkhill ball.
Although he has been obviously very accurate with those these days, it's kind of been helping him. They've gotten him a sizable amount of the points, actually. So Kearney's going to have to keep hitting those if they want to stay in this game.
Cameron Mack bringing the ball up now for Parkhill. Only a sophomore getting to play some varsity. Back out to Townsend.
3. Mitch Back.
And there seems to be a foul called on the play on the floor. Big mistake right there. It seemed to be number 3, Ryan Kaiser, that was called there on the foul. And Kearney's going to have another chance to put some points on the board here.
As you can see, yeah, Parkhill again with that very aggressive defense going up there, just pressing him right away off the bat.
As a 3 attempt from Hansen was no good.
Out of the rim. Just horrifying to see for Kearney right there. Obviously a little scuffle on the ball right there.
Yeah, sophomore Cameron Mack, we just mentioned, had a little trouble, kind of scuffled it, and Kearney was right on top of it, caused them to call a timeout. And try to humble them back together, see if they can run a few good plays here, get some more points up on the board before halftime. Again, pretty sizable lead, honestly, from Parkhill, but it doesn't seem...
The game is definitely not over by any means.
It doesn't seem like Kearney is out of it, completely out of it, or it doesn't also seem like that Parkhill is completely blowing it away. And we want to thank Eagle Club for being an amazing sponsor. That's the PTA here at North. They do a lot of things to help us out, and we appreciate everything that they do.
Especially for all the sports teams out there, and also Niles Media, obviously huge helping or huge support to KNET and our North Nation Media shows here. They obviously provide us with a lot of experience. Game.
2:44 left before halftime.
Yeah, this has been I'd say a slower scoring game for both sides of it.
You see Back and Lee
3 points,
discussing a strategy.
Parkhill with only 6.
Parkhill moving the ball around, trying to get Kearney to move, tire him out maybe. Cameron Mack shoots it to Townsend for the 3. No good. Rebounded. It seems like there's going to be a foul called over the back by Lee. That's huge. That's his 2nd or 3rd foul already, and it hasn't even been halftime.
So yeah, he's just obviously just a very aggressive player, and he does not seem to want to lose this game. He's trying to go out there. He's probably, he's still making the most impact, I'd say, out of any player on both of these teams right now.
Parkhill has fouled 8 times, so Kearney will be in the 1-and-1 now, as the refs just discussed that, and they're going to go down and shoot 2 now.
Pressing, almost playing a little too aggressive right now, and it's only the second half.
Number 22, Jake Hoffman Jr. is going to be shooting the 1-and-1. Kearney needs to have this free throw right here, and they get it. He's going to shoot 1 more.
And yeah, these free throws, they've just kind of been keeping Kearney alive right now. That's probably where almost half of their points now have been coming from.
His 2nd shot is up, and no good, as Parkhill is going to get the rebound. Ryan Kaiser brings it back up, going to run the offense. Back to Townsend. He's going to throw it back in. Looking for back. No, switches and goes to 3. Back to Kaiser. Kearney doing a good job of keeping back out of play right now as he goes in.
Up for it, and it's good.
It's good for Townsend. You can't stop that with that height, and he has the momentum going. He can just jump up above him and just lay that right in the basket.
I know, yeah. Parkhill, they've just been great about getting past Kearney's defense very easily this night.
Wide open shot missed by Hoffman. That fought for it by number 33, Dylan Johnson. Great hard work there. You see Townsend jumping in there, fooling Townsend, and just throwing it right in there.
And Kearney again with another foul on Parkhill, which is just giving Kearney easy points, easier than they should, because there'd be a much larger deficit if this was not happening. Parkhill already has 9 fouls.
Back gets the rebound and throws it back out to Cameron Mack. Parkhill ahead of Kearney, 22-11.
Number 21 going up a foot to McZeal. And here again we see Hewitt coming up with the ball.
Kind of toying with Mack, the younger player there. See Hoffman now looking for what to do. Going to shoot the 3 even though there was a foul called. And a huge thing with Parkhill, if they foul one more time, that sets Kearney up to double bonus, which means they will get 2 free throws no matter what after every foul.
Yeah, Parkhill kind of needs to pump the brakes right now. Not completely stop, try to keep their momentum going, but quit making these sloppy mistakes because they could be ahead by much more right now if they want.
A total of 13 fouls so far in the first half, excuse me.
Yes.
As Mack brings the ball up, pick attempted by Hoffman.
Oh, passing out and going up.
21 and no good, rebounded.
Rebound, and there seems to be a foul on the play. Number 21, Nick Zila, obviously very happy about that.
Nick Zeal's made had that huge three-pointer that broke the tie in the first quarter. Now excited that he gets to shoot. This first one is up and good.
Going up for the second shot, Nick Zeal.
Who's a guard and a forward, drains the second shot. So that's huge points for Parkhill, as Kearney's deficit is now lower as Hewitt dished it off to Frizzell. Frizzell probably take it up himself. Gives it to Hoffman, wide open for the 3.
And
in and out, back to Hewitt.
It's a heartbreaker right there.
Off the top of the rim, over, and it's going to be Parkhill ball as the ball went behind the rim. But they called a foul on the play first, looks like.
Yeah, they've been playing Cecile Lee less than I thought they would right now. They didn't have him in at the beginning of this. Now they've taken him out again. Not really sure what their thing is. I think they just kind of want to rest him, make sure to keep him in just in case they need him later. Don't want to get him injured or anything.
Yeah, under a minute to go here before halftime. And I think the strategy right there, Hammer, is at the beginning of this quarter, it was a bigger deficit like this, and they thought we can just rest him. But then when they took him out of the game, the lead got closer, and then now that the lead is widened again, they've taken him out, and they're going to save him for the second half.
Hopefully it will pay off for them because if Kearney gets a little bit of momentum going, they could catch up very easily.
Cameron Mack taking his time up till now, drives to the paint, dishes it off, but it's stolen away by Kearney. Good job right there by Decker Hansen.
And Hugh coming with the ball.
Going to try to set up the offense. Got to get something going Kearney's way. Under 20 seconds now.
Obviously, got picked right there. It is now Parkhill's ball. I believe.
By Hoffman. But either way, that has sent Parkhill to 1-1 in the bonus. Shouldn't be that much of a contributor now that there's only less than 20 seconds left of this half. First shot is up, and it's good. He's going to shoot another one. Cameron Mack, only a sophomore, playing very well so far tonight's game.
And again, yeah, Kearney's kind of getting sloppy right now. I think in the last few minutes they've had 3 fouls already, while Parkhill has had none. Although Parkhill still does have more than them, but they're kind of following the footsteps, starting to make the same mistakes they are.
Second shot was missed, rebounded by Frizzell and dished off to Hewitt, and now he's up running the offense. As the shot goes up, no good, rebounded by
Mack taking it up, trying to get a quick shot in the last second, and it is no good.
So after the first half, it's 11 Kearney and Parkhill 25. Really low scoring. It's not how it started out earlier. Less than 1 minute. Each team had 5 points. That was really huge. I finally thought there was going to be some offensive attack, but
yeah, no, Kearney was definitely not playing as aggressive as I thought they were gonna. Parkhill decided to kind of take the lead right there, and it's really just because Kearney's not playing as aggressive as they should. Their defense is a little sloppy. They're allowing them to drive the paint way too easily.
Right there, yeah, that was number 22. Drew Townsend has been a huge force there. Cecil Lee performing as well. And there's Hansen making his free throws. You see Townsend there again, messing with the ball, fooling him, driving to the paint, and a great block there. And Frizzell with the rebound. And the Kearney coach not happy at all. Looked disappointed with his team there. Frizzell up for 3 earlier in the game and made that. He's also definitely been contributing the best he can. Cecil Lee has not underwhelmed us.
No, not at all, especially with the limited amount of playing time he's had. They're kind of keeping him on reserve. They know he's got to stay fresh, so they don't want to overwork him tonight, especially if they know they're going to be playing tomorrow. As we see North here warming up for the game later tonight.
I am super excited for that game, but we do have a second half, and it's still anybody's game in this game.
Easily, very easily. Hopefully, Kearney can come out there and make this a closer game. They really just need to take better shots. They're just kind of playing sloppy right now.
Yeah, it's but I don't see Parkhill letting up. I think that they're taller. I think they're a little bit stronger. And I think Kearney's if they're gonna win this, they're gonna have to have a lot of heart.
Yeah, especially if they put Cecil Lee in there, it's gonna be very hard for Kearney, even if they do start to get some momentum built up.
And I think Cameron Mack, the sophomore point guard, has been contributing well as a player that we didn't really expect. He's had some points, made a 3, been going up there, really fooling some of the Kearney defenders.
Oh yeah, definitely. And hopefully Hoffman, we haven't seen as much from him as I thought we would, honestly. Maybe he's just playing a little bit slow tonight, trying to get a good feel, but hopefully we'll see a lot more from him the second half.
And Decker Hansen, number 3 on Kearney, was also contributing well, running the offense right, had some good passes, good assists, which is a huge part of this. You have to have that good look, which can get your team into the paint, which can cause them to score.
Yes. And as you see, it's 11-25 tonight, and I think there have been a lot more fouls than I thought there would have been, which is good because you know that they're going to be playing aggressive, but hopefully they don't get to that point where they're playing too aggressive, but also too sloppy.
And we have a report with Zach, so let's go over to him.
Sorry about that, guys. We're having some technical difficulties.
So we're having technical difficulties, so we're going to invite our other analysts and announcers, Zach over, and his wonderful broadcasting partner. I forgot your name, but you're awesome. Trey, I knew that. Trey's here, and he's going to give us some wonderful insights on the second half and the tournament so far. So, buddy, take it over.
All right, thank you, Brett and Hammer. That was a great introduction.
Yeah,
Anyways, what an exciting tournament it has been so far. I mean, and this is only the second round. We still got another day of this, which is the most exciting day full of championships. So I'm just going to go over the scores from the first round. Ray Peck beat St. Pius in a nail-biter towards the end. Pius fought hard the whole game, but did end up falling 57-49. And then Parkhill beat Kansas City Northeast, my bad, 42-26. And I thought Kansas City Northeast put up a great fight in that
Definitely
game.
did.
And then Kearney beat St. Joe Central 45-30. And that was just a great game. You know, Kearney played great, especially with Jay Kaufman, catch 22. Yeah, that's the nickname that we came
Great
up
game
with.
so far in the first round. And then the second round, under the losers bracket, St. Pius beat Liberty North JV 68-33. And KC Northeast St. Joe Central beat KC Northeast 52-34. And then the games we have upcoming is the 5th place game, which St. Pius will be taking on St. Joe Central. The 7th place game, where the Liberty North JV will be taking on KC Northeast. And then in the semifinals, which are tonight, we have Liberty North against Ray Peck, which we are very excited for, and Parkhill versus Kearney, which you are now watching. And then on to the winner of these 2 games will go to the championship. So we're very excited.
Yeah, not only do we have all those games tomorrow that are upcoming, but also the girls' tournament is resuming tomorrow, with the championship being Lincoln Prep and Kearney. This has been your halftime report. We can't wait to see you guys back for the second half. Sorry. Oh yeah, we're gonna send it back to the game after the half.
Sorry.
Well, that was interesting.
You did good, but at the end of it, we didn't have cards.
set to find out who's going to be going to the championship between Kearney and Parkhill. Parkhill has the current edge right now, Hammer, but as we think, Kearney is not done yet.
Yes, of course not. Hopefully, maybe even Hewitt. I feel like he can get some good looks tonight, or Hoffman. We can see more from him, hopefully, as we did last game. He got a good 20 points, and he was obviously the player of the game, so I really am expecting to see more from him.
Yeah, and Hewitt not making much of an impact, no points yet, and he's the point guard.
Not yet.
So he's going to need to do that, and most of the Kearney team, as you see, only scored 11 points in half. And honestly, you could say the same thing about Parkhill. All their playmakers have only scored 25 points. So I'm looking for an awesome second half. We are underway now.
What we need to see from Kearney or from Hewitt right now is he needs to be more of a ball movement manager, because right now he's not really giving them good looks, and that's mainly his job right now. It's not just to get shots.
Hoffman now with the ball, going to drive into the paint, but dribbles it off of his shin, and it's going to be Parkhill ball. See, Cecil Lee had the most of an impact in the last
he's back
first
in
half.
already. Let's see how he can start off this second half.
Got Billy Maples now in the game for the first time, bringing the ball up.
This Billy Maples, he's actually the quarterback for them, I believe, and he's obviously a very good one. Very athletic kid, playing for both
Cecil Lee there just dribbling around Hoffman for the easy bucket, and that's what we said in the game, in the pregame. If Kearney's going to win this game, they have to defend the paint, and that was not good D.
No, not at all. Obviously, yes, that's the one thing they've missed all tonight is just they're getting easy buckets on them. They're getting in there, dribbling, and just going up. They're not necessarily even driving. They're just kind of pushing it back, and Kearney's just kind of taking it.
And a turnover
Very
by
easy,
Kearney,
quick,
and it's going to be Maples there with the dunk. You see it again. Beautiful.
It's Drew Townsend actually right there.
Drew Townsend, that's right. So open three, and then it's made there by Gavin Frizzell. Great job, great start for his second half.
Yes.
Parkhill looking to go. Ball's in the paint right now. Good D from Kearney there, having to dish it out. No other option.
We actually have not seen Hoffman at all tonight. Now that I think about it.
Mitch Back's drive is cut short by a
we
foul call.
actually have not seen Hoffman in at all tonight. I'm not sure if he got injured or something last game, but it is not looking good for Kearney.
Hoffman on the Parkhill side as they dish it in. Back to number 12. Ryan Graves, who makes an immediate impact as he's in the game for the first time and gets 2 points immediately.
Very great start for him. And obviously, this is starting off as a much quicker paced half than the last one.
Hewitt giving the ball to Frizzell, so Frizzell's going to take it to the top of the key for the beginning of the offense this time.
Number 3, Derek Hansen passing it out.
Back to Hoffman, who's going to drive it in,
It's
but it's
tipped
tipped
up.
away by Zeal, and he's going to bring the ball up. Just back off to Ryan.
Parkhill getting the ball, going up for it right away, and air ball. Not a very clean shot right there. Not exactly sure what happened, but Kearney gets the rebound.
Hewitt bringing the ball back up, hopefully from the momentum. As a pull-up jumper is no good. I think a defender might have got a hand on that ball. Didn't look quite right.
And that was a very good look by the player right there, but it just did not seem to fall. And going off the top right there, and going out of bounds, it's going to be Kearney's ball.
Kind of a wild shot there from Graves, kind of out of nowhere, but I like the aggressiveness. Parkhill is really trying to put this game away early right here in the third quarter. So they bring the ball up, passes it back to Frizzell. See the shot by Frizzell, easily made it. He's been a really good impact player for Kearney.
Yes,
in this
great
game.
Ball handler right there, just all around good player.
Frizzell, another three, and no good.
Just around the rim, not falling again. And I feel like that's been a very big part of Kearney last night. They've taken a few good shots, but a lot of them just aren't falling. And Frizzell going up for the layup.
But Cecil Lee's defense was too much, and Cecil Lee gets the rebound, and he's going to take it up himself as he falls, and it's going to be a foul called. Gavin Frizzell's not happy about it.
He's getting up pretty easily, so nothing too serious right there.
Cecil
Lee signaling something to the coach, and obviously he's getting ready to set something up.
Number 23, Hayden Wallace, Parkhill, we have also not seen in the first half, so a lot of players coming in for the first time. That's an interesting strategy.
And here we see now Kearney with the man-to-man defense, obviously playing a little aggressive, trying to beat Parkhill at their own game, fighting fire with fire right now.
Yeah, definitely a lot more aggressive than the first half.
Oh, yes.
I think that's also a key contributor. But it's a missed shot there from Frizzell.
Out of bounds, and it's going to be Kearney's ball.
Monks dished it into Hewitt.
Again. Hewitt taking it up, and let's see if he can get some shots on this time.
And dish it off to Hoffman, who's going to drive the paint, but he's going to dish it back off.
And slapped out of bounds. It is going to be Parkhill's ball, or Kearney's ball, sorry.
Parkhill kind of toying with the defense right now. You see Hoffman kind of stood there in kind of disbelief, like, come on, man, did you really do that? I was trying to make a shot.
Yes, very true. And as you can see, they've already kind of slowed down, just like they have. They usually start off each quarter and half pretty quickly, but after that, they're not really sure where to go, or they're just kind of going to feel better for each other.
Inbound throw almost thrown away, but Hewitt gets there in time, trying to move the ball over, pass it to Monks. Monks to Frizzell.
And a pass
Frizzell
around
back
the
to
horn,
Ryan.
going up for the shot.
And it is good for number 3, Decker Hansen.
Decker Hansen obviously ready to go, getting very intense about this, which is a very good sign for him because it's going to help build momentum if he can capitalize off this next one.
A beautiful pass by Frizzell to see that shot there. For Decker to make that shot. That was beautiful.
Yes.
And it was D-covered there, so that was a really good shot, and they got it when they needed it. But Parkhill still up by 12.
As we see, Kearney is trying to slip back in there just a little bit. This is just the start, though. I would nothing too rash yet. Parkhill going for the 3, bouncing out.
Cecil Lee with the rebound, puts it up, and gets his own rebound and puts it right back in. That is a great play. If we get a replay of that, that would be awesome.
Big-time players make big-time plays, Brent, here. That's what we're seeing from Cecil Lee. Obviously, he's putting up a lot more than he well, maybe not a lot more than he has last game, but he's being very aggressive, and especially with a team like Kearney.
As you see here, he misses it. That is a very challenging play. He made that look easy. You see Frizzell was jumping up there with the defense. All he did was tip it back in. That was incredible. That was a really good play. Kind of some confusion. Players talking about who they're going to get when the play resumes.
Cecil Lee with the shot.
It's up. And it's good. Almost in and out, which would not have been good. Especially with post guys, they tend to make their free throws, which they have to because if they're going to be fouled more than most.
And yeah, no, Kearney's obviously playing a little bit sloppier right now. Parkhill only has 1 foul, while Kearney already has 4, and it's still only the third quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of opposite of last half because Parkhill was the one that had 13 plus, and then Kearney only had 4.
And Kearney going up the shot. Good shot right there by number 22, Jake Hoffman. But, you know, I think a lot of that can be attributed to Kearney's very aggressive play style right now. As you can see, they're doing that man-to-man as they weren't doing as aggressively before.
Kearney trying to move the ball now, running their offense. But it's fumbled up, and it's going to be
no foul on the play. Must have been a clean hit.
Hugh bringing the ball back up. Kearney's had plenty of opportunities to capitalize, but they just seem to have it. As you see a foul there, called by number 3, Ryan Kaiser, and that's going to be a huge.
Yeah, no, as you can see, they're still up by 11, Parkhill is, which is just a little bit better than it was before, but still nothing to focus too much on.
Gavin Frizzell subs out of the game.
Although Parkhill does have slightly, it's really just been back and forth except for a few plays, which is Parkhill just capitalizing off what Kearney isn't able to.
Brennan Watkins, the freshman point guard, number 1, checking into the game.
Oh, a great fake shot right there by Hoffman, but not able to
by
go
Cecil
up with
Lee. But it looks like they're going to be calling it a foul on Cecil, which should be his 4th if I'm counting correctly. So he's 1 away. Oh, it wasn't. It was clean block.
Clean block. It's very good for Cecil Lee. He's getting into some dangerous territory.
Parkhill moving the ball right now. Just looking around, and it's going to be a timeout called by Parkhill. And perfect timing because we have some halftime interviews from some of these coaches. So let's go over to those.
I'm Cindy Goss, and I'm here with Parkhill's head coach. What would you say your boys really focused on and came through this first half?
Defense was pretty solid. Hold the team to 11 points and a half. You got to be happy with that. We need to stop turning the ball over and take care of it a little bit better in the second half.
So what would you say your focus is going to be on this second half?
Got to keep going inside to our bigs and take care of the basketball.
All right, thank you. Good luck. I'm Cindy Goss, and I'm here with Kearney's head coach. What's your guys' mindset going to be this second half to really come back and try to win this game?
One of the biggest things is we got to attack the rim more. We're settling for a lot of jump shots. The biggest thing is just we got to play with confidence on the offensive end and attack the rim.
All right, thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Sydney, for that. We like all the reporting you're doing. You've done a great job all this tournament.
Yes, and as you can see, that was Kearney's head coach, Chad Jones, right there. He's actually was the assistant previously at Kearney, Staley, and a few other schools. So obviously he's got a lot of experience. He's been ready to take up his own team this year.
Yeah, and he's honestly done a great job. He's got a great core group of players as they're going to try to look to climb back in this game, which they are not out of yet. It's just an 11-point game.
Not by a long shot.
It was 19 at one point, so they've come back, honestly, in this thing. But they've only scored 7 points this quarter.
Yes, although with the fouls, they have slowed down just a little bit, but they do need to watch out for that still.
Shot missed by Ryan
Just
Kaiser.
Like
But Ryan Kaiser gets his own rebound, and there's going to be a travel call on
right
him.
there. It's going to be Kearney's ball, and again, they're already pressing pretty quickly as they did last time.
Yeah, Cameron Mack just kind of that. Really, honestly, that it's not a full press, and it's really easy to get out of, but it's just really one of those annoying things that can honestly be one of the things that causes mishaps. Hoffman driving into the lane, but it's going to dish it back out.
And it's called out of bounds.
No, foul.
Oh, foul.
Number one, not happy that his team got it. Brennan Watkins.
Kearney moving up. Hoffman passing it out over to Hewitt. Or Frizzell, my bad. Excuse me.
Back out to Frizzell at the top of the key. Gonna try to reset the offense. It's kind of a pass over to Watkins.
Going around the horn, just trying to get some quicker
A
bursts.
deep three from Frizzell, and no good. Rebound by Hoffman, but they're going to be called a jump ball, which should be Kearney's ball, so they get it right back. So good job capitalizing on that.
Yeah, I mean, if Hoffman doesn't score enough points this quarter, or probably more than 12 points, I feel like Kearney could be in real trouble because he was obviously their key player this time or last game, and he's doing pretty good so far, but he needs to be more dynamic if they want to take the lead again.
Decker Hansen throwing it back into Hoffman. He's going to dish it back out. Dylan Johnson.
And Frizzell going up for it again.
And there appears to be another foul called.
Foul on the play. And yeah, Parkhill already catching up to Kearney with those fouls again. Like I said, they're obviously that very aggressive play, but they're getting into that sloppy territory once again.
Kearney going to get another shot at it. They got to capitalize on this. As another mishap as the ball gets thrown away.
And again, it's just back to those fundamentals. I'm really not sure what that was right there.
But what it was is another mistake on the Kearney team. And that really is the main reason that they're down by so much. And it's not even that much, too. So
yeah, no, I'd say the play between both teams have been pretty close. It's just Parkhill's capitalizing.
Yeah,
Kearney's not.
Kearney's definitely doing this to themselves, especially since this is a score easily come back with a good D right there as Watkins rebounds the ball. He's going to try to take it for the fast break. You saw Brady Monks calling for the ball, but instead they give it to Frizzell. Back to Frizzell.
Hoffman with the shot and just missed it.
Bad shot in my opinion because he hasn't really been making any of the threes, and his strength is really in the paint, and he was just wide open there. I think he was just getting a little anxious that fourth quarter is about to start and they're down by 11.
Yes, no, he's kind of like you said, he's getting scared, trying to do the whole fight or flight, and he's just making bad shots, kind of like they've been doing all game. But they were getting out of that for a little bit, but seems to be they're going back in.
Going to be Parkhill's ball down on the baseline. Ball back in play. Number 12 blocked by Hoffman. Good job right there. That's good D. It's good bounce back off that missed three.
Cecil Lee's been in this whole quarter, actually, as you can see. They're really making sure that Kearney's not going to make a comeback right here with having him in right now.
Frizzell taking the ball up. Picked by Hoffman. They drive to the lane, dishes it out. Back to Hoffman. Back to Watkins. Watkins going to drive into the lane. Just it out, but bad pass.
Very bad pass. That's always a risky pass, passing it through the middle.
Hayden Wallace with the pass and taking it. Hayden Wallace throws it away.
Right back again.
To Hoffman.
Over to Frizzell. Frizzell back, and Hoffman goes, it's actually stolen.
So a lot of momentum going back and forth, back and forth. As we said earlier, this is a very defensive-heavy tournament so far. Really something that people didn't really expect, but it's been very defensive-heavy. Good, crucial mistakes on both offenses and very good defensive plays on both defenses.
Yes. As we see, Kearney getting ready, set up to throw the ball in. It's taking a little bit of time right now. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Brady Monk set to throw the ball in. Back out to Frizzell.
Frizzell trying to set up right now, going around number 23, Wallace right there.
Before the basket went in, there was a foul on the floor.
Ref talking to a few players right there. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty aggressive game, especially in a tournament like this.
You see their replay on that foul. Do you see the player on the floor right there?
See. Frizzell seemed to have checked one of the Parkhill players, most likely not intentional, but still pretty very
bad shot
unsafe
by there
play.
from Hoffman. That was not good at all. He was way off to the left.
As we see now, Hewitt has joined the game once again for Kearney.
Cecil Lee dashing the ball in. Back to Cameron Mack. Cameron Mack has been my surprise player of the game, honestly. He's been really good bringing the ball, taking care of it, not had a lot of turnovers, and he has a few points on the board as well.
Yeah, no, especially for someone who's younger than a lot of these guys. He's obviously been a very good player so far. Especially see handles like that, that's really what's kind of helping him with the movement right there. It's getting him those easy shots.
Parkhill moving the ball around now.
Cecil Lee setting up a pick.
Cameron drives to the lane and blocked by Hoffman. Beautiful defense right there, but Kearney lets him get the ball back. Shot was there, but there was a foul called on the play before.
Yes, plays like that, it's no surprise to see why Hoffman was the player of the game last game.
So you hear Cameron driving the ball in. Blocked by Hoffman. Beautiful. Timeout called now, or the end of the third quarter. So with 1 quarter to go, still 11 points.
Yeah, that was actually a very low-scoring quarter, I feel like. Started off pretty quick. They got most of the points right away, and they just kind of coasted through.
And tonight's North Nation Sports Game of the Week is produced in part by Niles Media Group, supporting educational broadcast excellence in our community. We'd like to thank Niles Media Group for everything they do for our program.
And also, yes, thank you to the Eagle Club for us. They're obviously the PTA of Liberty North. They get involved with kids' education every day, and they also help out like probably every sports team here.
So huge shout out to Eagle Club, and we thank them for their service. Fourth quarter now, with the final 8 minutes, still anyone's ball game. But while we're also waiting, we'd like to thank Crowley Furniture, because Crowley Furniture is a proud supporter of our broadcasting program here at Liberty North. We appreciate your support, and make sure you visit their showroom here in Liberty. You know, I remember when the Crowley Furniture in Liberty burnt down. Caught fire on the roof. That was a huge thing, and they were closed for a while. And Jake Catch-22 Hoffman hasn't had any free throws this game and only had 6 points. So very kind of underperforming, but expect him to make some plays if he's needed to in the fourth quarter. But we also saw him make some crucial mistakes in that third quarter.
Yeah,
a bad 3-shot and an easy layup that was missed way to the left.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, if he doesn't score probably about 12 points, Kearney could be some real trouble because he's obviously one of the big point scorers for the game, and if he's getting shut down, very likely chance that Kearney's getting shut down.
Cecil Lee bringing it into our dunk for a slam.
Slamming it on there. Wow, that was amazing right there.
Well, it appears like it won't count, but if we can get a replay, that'd be pretty nice.
Again, we see Cecil Lee on the replay. He just hammered it in there.
You know, I can
No
do that,
cares
Hammer.
given.
I can dunk.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're about 5'2".
I am 6 foot, Hammer. I can dunk myself.
Of course.
Position back to Cecil. Fake shot back to Zeal.
Parkhill
And he
going.
gets fouled.
Again, yeah, now both teams have 6 fouls this half. It's obviously pretty even, but I'd say not as bad as last game. Parkhill's kind of slowed it down, done a little bit better, while Kearney's kind of amped it up, actually.
And as Hewitt brings the ball up, now is the time for Kearney to get their momentum back. And this is, in my opinion, they have to score on this drive or it's over.
Yes, no, definitely. They really just need to get some. Oh, and Cecil Lee with a very big block right there, knocking him down.
And that honestly sums up this entire game as you see him bringing it up and just easy money there.
Yes, no, Cecil Lee, he's a very tall player, but he's also very quick and very skilled, so he's a very amazing weapon for Parkhill.
Gavin Frizzell's first 3 is good.
Yeah, and there's those free throws again. Kearney's been kind of kept in the game with some of those.
And like I said, they have to score on this drive, and they have, making it 10 points. Gavin Frizzell making it to look less than that, and he does. He has made 4 out of 4 of his free throws, so it's been very good tonight. Now 9 points. At one point, Parkhill led this team by 19. So Kearney slowly but surely coming back. Parkhill hasn't scored in a long time.
Yeah, and as you can see, Parkhill kind of taking it slow right here, not taking too many risks when there's no need to, especially this late in the game.
It's a beautiful
Driving straight to the lane. Great job by number 12.
Ryan Graves, who didn't play at all in the first half, came out and just made that beautiful behind the back, down the baseline layup. That was beautiful.
Yes.
And you see here, Ryan going up, completely fooling Hoffman. Beautiful shot.
And as you can see, they did keep Cecil in, though, especially since the fourth quarter. They want to make sure they secure the win, especially with it kind of being back and forth right now.
Bad shot by Frizzell causes Parkhill to get the rebound and bring it in.
Yes.
It's going to be Graves bringing it right back up. Parkhill moving the ball now.
Passing around the horn.
Back to the top of the
Back
key.
up to Graves. Or Townsend, that is.
Open 3 for Graves, and it is
makes
good.
it. Great shot right there. And like you said, he's coming in the game. He's already starting to make a lot of points. Very good player.
At least his second 3 tonight. He's come in and made a huge couple baskets in a row for Parkhill right after Kearney got their lead to less than 10. So that's huge. Immediately had that layup and immediately
Puts
had
it
that
right
3.
back up. Now it's a good 14-point lead for Parkhill.
And beautiful pass by Mitch Back, honestly. That's something that might be overlooked, but that shot doesn't happen without that pass.
Oh, yeah, very, very clean look. And again, it just goes back to that movement which Parkhill has been having all night long. They know where to pass. They know how to throw off Kearney. They're very good at misdirection.
Cecil Lee kind of seems like an afterthought right now.
I wouldn't go that far.
As you see, he causes Gavin Frizzell to take the ball. There's going to be a foul call on the play. As Parkhill has 7 fouls now, so that moves Kearney to 1-1.
Is that on Cecil Lee? Because I feel like he's almost getting in some foul trouble right there, just on the line.
I'd say he's definitely in foul trouble now. If he wasn't at 4 before, he is now. So he had 3 early in the first half. You see he's getting subbed out right there. That could possibly be it for him.
Yes, especially they don't want to get him kicked out of this game just yet. They might put him in a little bit later if they need to, but from the looks of this fourth quarter, they most likely will not.
Gavin Frizzell is the man that they want at the free throw line right now. He has made 100% of his throws tonight and has drained all of them.
Yes, no. You see Slee on the bench right now, taking a quick breather. Hopefully Parkhill is going to be able to ride this out for their sake. And we see Frizzell on the free throw again.
Trying to make it a 13-point game, and he doesn't off the top of the
Parkhill gets
rim.
the rebound, throwing it out to Ryan Graves, who's bringing it up.
Ryan is definitely the player of the half for sure.
Oh, yes. Player of the quarter by easy. Most points already. And, went up, just missed it.
Went up for that same shot that he made earlier, but on the other side, didn't come out as well for him. As it appears Gavin Frizzell came up with the ball. It's going to be Kearney now.
Yeah, as you can see, he's not afraid to take it up to the basket, which is kind of why you wonder why he wasn't in earlier.
Parkhill's fouls again start to rise, as now we have 15 fouls this half, as it started out with not a lot. And now started to pour in, and Gavin Frizzell is going to go back to the line, but instead Parkhill is going to call timeout. And while we have this time, we'd like to thank Crowley Furniture once again, because they're being a proud supporter of the broadcasting program here at Liberty North. We appreciate them, and go check out their showroom here in Liberty. And we'd also like to thank Hawthorne Bank. Hawthorne Bank is what this North Nation Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by, and they've been serving communities in the Northland and Liberty area at 5 Victory Lane for multiple years now, and we'd like to thank them. And this North Nation Sports Game of the Week is produced in part by Niles Media Group, supporting educational broadcast excellence in our community.
As you see, we're coming back from that quick commercial break. It is 21 to 35 right now. Ryan Graves obviously just pounding that deficit once again.
And coming up shortly, we have Ray Peck versus Liberty North, the most anticipated game in the city right now. We're going to have a huge student section. It's Jersey night for the Liberty North fans, and it should be something that should be pretty awesome as you see the crowd starting to fill up.
They're ready to get there. Already trying to kick out the parents. As you can see, they're very excited for this game.
Definitely will be the most packed game aside from the championship tomorrow if the Eagles can win tonight. It should be a very fun game. I know that's a game you and I are looking forward to.
Yes, I'm very looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'm not going to pull a Joe Buck and be extremely biased the entire game, but we'll see how that goes.
Gavin Frizzell going 1-1 right now. Parkhill's one foul away from being double bonus, which would give Frizzell 2 free throws in that case, but right now it's still going to be 1-1. First shot up is no good. He's 0 for his last 2, and Frizzell goes for it immediately, and great job getting the jump ball.
It's very good play right there. Obviously not wanting to quit. Even though some players might think the game's over, they're not quitting. They're just going to keep playing strong. Some great defense by Parkhill.
Kearney gets the ball back off the jump ball, so that is a huge play by Gavin. That was a very, very amazing thing that he just did, because Parkhill seemingly had the ball. His freshman Watkins getting it.
Passing out to, now Hewitt passing it to Frizzell right now, going up for it, and
no good, but he's going to get fouled. So that puts Parkhill putting Kearney in the double bonus, and Frizzell gets 2 free throws anyway because it was a shot.
Yeah, Frizzell, hopefully you can pick this up, because if he might have made a few more of these points, it would have been obviously a much closer game, but could have brought it down back to maybe 10 points, and just lips around the rim and does not go in.
As you see Gavin getting a little frustrated now as he has missed all three of his last 3 shots after starting making all 4. So he was shooting up the second one, and no
misses
good.
It again.
So he started out 4 for 4 with his free throws. Now he is 4 for 8. So starting at 100 and dropping to 50, not what they wanted to see, because that'd be a crucial 4 points. That would make it within 10.
Yes. Great block right there by Kearney. Great defense right there. Obviously, they still want to stay in this game as long as possible. But with only 5 minutes left, they're going to have to try to play a little more aggressive.
Parkhill switched from a zone that they had earlier strictly to man-to-man as Hewitt brings it up in a wild layup.
Very high right there. Not sure exactly what happened, but
Kearney's team seems to be a little anxious now as they get ever closer to the game being over, and their lead seems to only be getting bigger.
Parkhill, obviously, again, still taking it slow, trying to just run out the clock as long as possible, but taking a good shot if they have it. And Parkhill with the shot, or with the pass, and it's good by number 21, Nick Zeal. Great shot right there, just in the paint, quick bank in.
Watkins trying to get something going, calling for a pick, but he drives in, dishes it back out to Frizzell. Deep
foul,
3.
does not get it, and
in and out.
just
Frizzell is in a slump right now. He has missed 5 out of his last 5 shots. That is not good, especially since that would have been 3 and all those other free throws that he should have made.
Yes. It just does not seem, the ball just does not seem to be falling for Kearney right now, which is obviously pretty detrimental as Parkhill just kind of keeps building on that lead they have. And it's back to 16 points, which is almost as big as it was earlier. But as the game closes, it's not going to matter as much. Out to 21 is Nick Zeal.
Going to be a push call on Gavin Frizzell, so it's going to be Parkhill's ball. Well, they're going to go to the line now as it's 1-1. 16 fouls. They have matched the first half total, 17 fouls, so they've broken the total number of fouls from the first half. So obviously people get a little more anxious, a little more aggressive as the game gets towards the end. Which honestly, it's not a good strategy by Parkhill because they've fouled the most and they have a very convincing lead.
Yes, no, they honestly just kind of need to, they don't need to play aggressive. They need to play very conservative from this point on. Obviously, especially, Kearney's just going to be trying to draw fouls. They're going to be playing anxious, trying to stop the clock and whatnot once it gets a little further in. And they can just keep building off these free throws, which obviously they seem to be doing a very good job of right now. Number 21, Nick Zeal, making one of those 2. And Hewitt coming down with it right now. Hoffman passing it out.
That's Monks looking for something to do. Nobody was ready, so he's going to drive to the paint himself and get blocked by Cecil Lee. Great play right there.
Cecil Lee back in, which is kind of a surprise considering they have a very sizable lead. 19 points again.
Another great block from Cecil. You're going to see this. Nobody was open, so Monks tried to take it himself, and we obviously saw what happened. Cecil Lee being dominant as he has been all game.
He's really just trying to put the nail in the coffin right now. Obviously, as you can see, Parkhill's just kind of keeping it on the outside and just looking for that easy drive in.
Closing in on the 2-minute mark on this game as it's becoming ever more apparent to Kearney that they are not going to be winning this game.
Steal. Hoffman going for the quick break. And
Fools,
fakes
that
him
was
out. Yes, great job by him. Great play. Catch 22 himself.
Hoffman, really good job at playing off what just happened to his teammate Monks. As you see here, what would have been the block, stops, pump fakes, and makes the basket. That was huge because obviously what happened to Monks, you see right there next to him, he tried to make the shot and he got blocked, and Cecil was right there. So that was really cool heads-up thinking to make that happen.
Yes, and now as we see him going up for the free throw. And with only 2 minutes left in this game, down by 16 points, there's not a lot Kearney can do here. But obviously they're still going to be trying. Hopefully, if they can just get some momentum, get some more fast breaks, I feel like that's what they really need to focus on right now. And focus on keeping the paint on defense. They might be able to make a comeback.
Kearney putting the pressure on the inbounder. Parkhill gets the ball nevertheless. Full court press now in full effect from Kearney. I agree with this decision. They got to be aggressive. They got to try to get all the steals that they can.
Yes, they do have to be very, very careful with it though, because if someone gets behind them, they're getting that ball, and Parkhill will be making those fast breaks all day long.
Parkhill going to slow it down though. They're going to want Kearney to come up and foul them, and they're just going to try to play keep away right now.
And Mac the junior with the ball, just kind of dribbling around them right now. And that is actually number 3 right there, Kaiser.
Wide open shot from number 3 there, Kaiser. That was beautiful timing. They were waiting around the ball, getting Kearney to be anxious and to make the mistake of pulling up to try to foul, dish it off to Kaiser, and wide open bunny.
Yeah, see, if Kearney cannot make mistakes like that if they wanted to win this game. Obviously, that's what's been killing them all game, just simple stuff like that. Parkhill is starting to play a pretty patient offense, honestly, just waiting for easy looks.
And you're right, honestly, as much as the offense kind of underperformed, I think it's the defense. They could not perform in the paint, and that was one of the main key reason. If they were going to win this game, they had to contribute in the paint, and they did not do that. And that's kind of what ultimately contributed to their loss here tonight.
Yeah, as you can see, Kearney is still in that full course press, obviously. Not be able to do much with it. Parkhill just going for the 3 and no good.
And a foul over the top from Hoffman. That's Monks, excuse me.
Now, Kearney with 8 fouls, getting close to a double bonus.
While we're waiting here for this free throw, we'd like to thank Niles Media Group for helping support this North Nation Sports Game of the Week. Especially our consultant, Jeff Nold, who's been here every step of the way for us, helps us get set up, and helps us know everything that we know. We appreciate him.
Jeff and Higgs staying here probably every night, very late. Great job to them. Shout out.
Almost as much as I have.
As we can see right here, Mitch back with a shot.
And the second one is made. Make it an 18-point deficit now for Kearney.
And although he's not in right now, Townsend honestly has made a very, very big impact on this game. Very big player.
Easily a player of the game. As number 3 there, Decker Hansen makes a 3, but it seems like it's ever too late as it's under a minute now, and Parkhill has that lead that they never lost.
Yes. And now we see here Mac taking it up. And no good. Kearney gets the rebound. Number 45, the other Hoffman in now. Hopefully. Looks like it's out of bounds. And the game's almost over. Parkhill still with that very big lead on Kearney. Kind of pulled away at the end of the game there.
You see 22 there at the far left of your screen, drinking the water. He's definitely going to be, without a doubt, our player of the game from Parkhill. Lots of points, great defense. That was also key. Every time that Kearney had any shadow of momentum, he blocked the ball, he passed the ball, he made points, taking it away from Kearney.
As you see, the game's coming to a close here soon. Players kind of know it, but they're going to the line right now. Number 10 for Parkhill, Gabe Bruce.
And you can see looming is the Liberty North Eagles there at the top of your screen, wanting to get on the court and start their game against their hometown crowd, with their hometown crowd against Ray Peck.
Bruce with the make.
Did you see the Parkhill?
You see the
Bench getting
just
excited.
exploding right now.
They're excited. They realized what's going to be happening in about 21 seconds. They're going to be going to the championship to face the winner of the Ray Peck versus Liberty North game.
Up with the shot.
And no good. So he goes
Missed,
1 for
but
2.
Parkhill gets the rebound right there.
Now they can play keep away for 20 seconds without getting fouled.
Bruce trying to get a look in, but can't quite find one, so he passes it back out to Mac. Mac just kind of dribbling on the players right now.
Surprised that Parkhill's, the Parkhill isn't trying to.
Mac is just threading the needle right now, although the play has been stopped.
With 3 seconds left. At that point, that's when I start.
And that's the game, everybody. Kearney 27, Parkhill 43.
So Kearney kind of stale from the tip off. They showed signs of what they were doing, but at the end.
Yeah, no, honestly, I thought they were going to come in a lot more aggressively. They had some good looks, but they couldn't finish, which is really what led to their loss. And at the end there, they just shut down completely.
At the end there,
really put that in.
You see Drew Townsend, our player of the game, our North Nation Media player of the game. Drew Townsend, great block right there, and great offensive showing all around. You ask, he did it today for Parkhill. But let's not take anything away from the other members of the team. Ryan Graves didn't play once in the first half.
And he just came in there flying.
You see a dunk there by Townsend, really stood out today.
Yes, I was surprised. I thought it was going to be Cecile Mack again, but obviously Townsend does not care what we think, so he just kind of came in there, did his own thing, and he made a lot of plays.
Don't let it fool you, though. Cecil did make an impact.
Oh, yes.
Some crucial blocks there at the end when the game got to less than 10. Cecil came in there, made some great blocks. Kearney, though, Decker Hansen had some good moments. Gavin Frizzell was their leading scorer in this game. Unfortunately, they couldn't come up with the win, but I expect them to be key contributors and see if they can take third place in this tournament. But it seems to me that Parkhill will be moving on to the championship.
Yes, and whoever faces them is obviously going to have some trouble with. They have a lot of weapons on their team and definitely a lot of height as well. But yeah, definitely. Even Mac, he was kind of, like you said, a surprise player. Although he didn't get a lot of points, a lot of looks, he was obviously very big up-and-comer. As you can see, he has some very great handles, and hopefully he's going to be able to capitalize that later in his career.
And it's going to be interesting to see how the height factor plays into the championship game, as both Ray Peck and Liberty North have some really tall players, very vertically inclined basketball players on their team.
Yes.
So,
and be sure to check in again later tonight, 8:30, which is about 10 minutes, Liberty North and
Ray Peck.
Ray Peck, yes.
So we'd like to thank you for watching this production of Kearney High School versus Parkhill. And it's going to be Parkhill moving on to the championships tomorrow. So now, thank you. See you in a little bit.
See you later.
Solid on D.
And how are you preparing for this game?
We watched a lot of film and we had a lot of walkthroughs on the floor to make sure we know what we're doing when we get out there.
Okay, thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I'm Mallory and I'm here with Michaela Hughes. So what are your guys' game plan for tonight?
We're going to stick to what we do best, executing on offense and being really solid on D.
And how are you preparing for this game?
We watched a lot of film and we had a lot of walkthroughs